This video might be turning into some sort of humiliation ritual for me at this point. Good for the challenge, bad for me looking dumb. Wait, scratch that, reversing. Hi guys! Oh my god, fancy seeing you guys here. I feel like I've fallen into a dangerous cycle of not posting for months and then coming back on here and being like, oh my god, I missed you guys, I missed filming, life has gotten too busy, but I'm back and I'm gonna film now. And then I dip again for 2 months. Am I your toxic ex? I'm going to try to film more. Actually, this time I've changed, I promise. Here's the situation. There is a week left in the month of July. We are currently Sunday the 26th, and there is 31 days in July, which means I'm giving myself a little timeline. I'm giving myself a little challenge to finish the 2 books I'm currently reading before the month ends. And you might be thinking, why challenge? Like, finishing 2 books you've already started it in a week is not that difficult. Like, you should be fine. You have not seen the girth, the absolute chunkiness of these books. So the books in question, the books in question are big. They are thick and they are chunky. First book is a bit shameful. It's a bit shameful. I've been reading this book since February. It's now been 5 months and I still haven't finished volume 1 out of my edition of The Count of Monte Cristo, which is separated into 2 volumes. So this is volume 1. I have 2 volumes of the same size, which is about 800 pages each. To be fair, these are like small pages because it's like a pocket version, but still. So this is volume 1, and I'm this far into it. I have around 320 pages left in The Count of Monte Cristo. For the sake of this video, and for the sake of my sanity, I'm gonna count volume 1 as a full book. And if you judge me for that, fuck you. I haven't been picking this up, not because I'm not enjoying this, just because I'm scared of how big this book is and how much time it's going to take me to read it, so I just don't pick it up. I pick up smaller, shorter works. This ends today, this week, and volume 2 is a problem for another day. Okay, it's not current me problem, it's future me problem. Second book I'm reading is Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, so to be fair, I'm already halfway through Oathbringer. It's still 600 pages. 600 pages, that's a full-ass book. That's a full big book, 600 pages. This is book 3 in the Stormlight Archives series. There are currently 5 books out in the series, supposed to be 10 in total. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's really character-focused. Each book in the series follows one character more deeply, and this book follows Dalinar more. And I've been enjoying following Dalinar and seeing how he's such a morally gray character. I feel like in the past books, he's been kind of idolized as this perfect king-like figure, and which someone who always has the right answer, the right solution to things. But in this book, we get to see his past and how he was actually kind of a terrible person. I technically don't have any plans for today except to read, but I also want to do some chores because, yeah, I'm such an adult. This is going to be my book for today, Count of Monte Cristo. I've been reading this in French because French is my native language, if you didn't know. That's why I have this dumbass accent. I'm gonna read as much of this as I can. Good evening. It's the same evening, and I'm back. I thought I could chat a little bit more about the Count of Monte Cristo. I got to page 590 of this today. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more before bed. Okay, so at the beginning of this book, we meet our protagonist, Dantes, and he is right on the cusp of like his life becoming so much better. He grew up kind of living in misery. He was kind of poor, and he has an older aging father who is also very poor. So the fact that his life is about to change for the better could mean so much to him and to his father, who is now old and cannot work anymore. So he's about to get like a job as the captain of a ship, which would be incredible for him. He's also about to get engaged to the woman he loves. Like, his life is just looking so great. Until some people just don't want to see you win, right? Dantes gets accused and imprisoned for a crime he never committed in the first place, and gets sent to prison for a long time. So yeah. So basically, The Count of Monte Cristo is a character study, and also like about rise and fall of a character. We follow Dantes as he is so high at the beginning of this story, like about to embark into his life as a young man with like so much to look forward to, and all of it comes crashing down because of the unfairness of life and because of people abusing their power. He gets sent to prison for a long time, and obviously after that shit, once you get out of prison, what do you want? You want to get revenge. That's what you want. Yeah. Obviously. Right now, I'm in a point in the story where we're not really following Dantes from his own point of view, or following him from a different point of view, and I don't like that as much. I much prefer being in his head. Hopefully that changes and we go back to seeing the story unfold from his own point of view and not from other characters' point of view, because I really don't care as much about these other characters. I get why they're important to the story, and they're also there to show us how Dantes is now perceived by society, but I just don't find it as interesting. So I have my little tea right here. I'm just going to read with my little ambiance music playing, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun. Enjoy my Sunday night. Okay, so who was gonna tell me that the month doesn't end on Saturday? I all along thought that I had until Saturday to read. No, the 31st is Friday. So, my stupidity makes this challenge get harder and harder every day. I don't know what's going on. I was convinced that I had until Saturday to film this video. Turns out, if I want to do the challenge the way I designed it, I have until Friday. So, hello, welcome to Monday night. I am tackling this chunk tonight that I'm actually going to read on Kindle. This is not a Kindle. I'm going to read on my e-reader tonight. It's 8 p.m. right this moment, and I did already everything that I needed to do tonight before bed. So I'm fed, I'm bathed, I'm everything, okay? I have my tea ready. There's a thunderstorm going on outside, and I have my book and my blanket, and I'm just like ready to tackle the world. I'm locking in right now. I'm really enjoying so far how we're seeing more of the world in Oathbringer. A lot of characters are like traveling to other places, which is always fun. And I just finished chapter 68, and we've just met again with a recurring character in the whole Cosmere universe. If you've read any books in the Cosmere, you probably know who I'm referring to, and I really love this character, and I really enjoy getting to know more about him because he's so mysterious, and he is pretty much the only character that comes back in every single work in the Cosmere, and he's just like so mysterious, and I'm so intrigued as to who he is, what he's here for, and just getting him on the page is always so enjoyable. Also, reading the Stormlight archive while there's a thunderstorm going on outside is incredible. If you're not familiar with the series, there are many storms. Like, storms are a big part of the plot and the atmosphere of the series. So like a storm going on outside while I'm reading the stormy book is great. It's great. I really enjoyed that. Hello. I'm feeling stressed. It's Tuesday night. I'm on my floor. I've been reading for a while, but I fear that I might have severely miscalculated my ability to read as much as I need to read this week. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that I'm 59% of the way through Oathbringer, and I'm really enjoying this. My only sliver of hope for this challenge is that Sanderson does tend to really quicken the pace of his books towards the end of it. Usually a fast-paced story reads quite quickly, so hopefully I'll be so entrenched in the book that I'll be able to finish it. It's actually horrible weather outside today, but it's raining. What's the expression? Raining cats and dogs? That's a crazy expression. Do people even say that? I don't know. I made myself a little chai latte. What was I talking about? Oh, right. I have plans tonight. In a little bit over an hour, my sister is going to come and pick me up, or going on a little car ride, or going to get a sweet treat. Hopefully the rain calms down because it's been raining like crazy. But until she comes to pick me up, all I'm going to do is sit on this floor and read my book. My goal for tonight is to get at least to 65%. It would be great if I could get to 70%, but we'll see if that's doable. Okay, so this video might be turning into some sort of humiliation ritual for me at this point, because when I said last night, oh, I want to at least reach 65%, it would be great if I could reach 70%, I stayed at 60% the whole night, and here we are the next day. So this is awkward. I don't know. I don't know. But to be fair, I was busy having a sweet treat. So I'm back. I am going to continue reading. My e-reader is now fully charged, so I can get cozy and read some more. Let's see. I'm gonna try and read a little bit and wait for the time to refresh on my e-reader for it to be able to tell me how much time it would take me to finish this book, if I were to read it all in one go. Okay. My e-reader is saying I have 8 hours and 35 minutes left in this book. So fun. Right now, we're dealing with a lot of really emotional stuff, and it's really hitting me. Things going on with our characters are making me very emo, very sad. We had some explanation as to something that happened in Dalinor's past, and Dalinor as a character had a lot of memory loss in the first two books, and throughout this book he had like slowly started to get his memory back from before. Getting revealed stuff about who he is as a person, it's a lot for him to come to terms with, like him being evil, Loki. That's still him, even though he doesn't remember. And then our other character, Shallan. I love Shallan so much. The second book in the series was more of Shallan's book, and is it Shallan or Shallan? Don't know. So the second book was more of a focus on Shallan's character building, but surprisingly, right now we're seeing a lot of Shallan and how she is changing. I'm gonna remain very vague, but there are some things, some ways she is changing herself to like kind of keep up with what life throws her way, and it's her way of like dealing with conflict, and it's super interesting. It's incredible like character crafting, but it's also so damn sad to see her go through that, to see her go through like changing herself so badly. If you've read this book, you know what I mean. Like it's really fucking sad. It's 8 p.m. and I'm going to read as much as I can tonight. Tonight I didn't make plans, so that's already better than yesterday. Did you like my entrance? Hi, how are you? I'm feeling quite silly goofy myself. I did have some time to read today. I read on my lunch break because I had no friends at work. But I did get to part 4 in the book. I did get to part 4. And to me, that sounded like a great accomplishment, you know? I'm on page 864. That's a lot of pages that I've read of this book. And yet, there's still this huge chunk of it left. I still have like 400 pages left in this to read. What was I gonna say? Right. Reading at work. Good for the challenge, bad for me looking dumb. I was fully locked in to not emote while I was reading, because I was really reading atrocious scenes. Like these characters that I love are getting ripped apart on the page, and I have to like stand there and be like normal. Yeah. So everything has gone to shit. Also, I want to talk about the interludes. Okay, so in every book in this series, there are interludes between parts, which are little tiny chapters where we follow characters that are different. Like, they're not our usual point of views we follow. Usually there are people from all around the world that are like distantly related to the story. In past books, I didn't really dive with the interludes because I felt like they took me out of the story, and I wanted to go back with our main characters, which I already knew and loved. But in this book, I love the interludes because we're in book 3 now, so I'm starting to get to know the people in these interludes, and I low-key wish we got more of the interlude people. Like, some things that were happening in these very short interlude chapters, I was like, on my ass. I keep trying to say this expression in English, it doesn't work. I keep trying to say like, I was on my ass. That's not an expression in English. I just sound dumb. I was on my ass. That means I was so surprised. So surprised that you like fall back, you know, like, ah. Friday night, am I right, brother? Friday night. Actually exhausted from my week. I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling at my wit's end. Au bout du rouleau, comme on dirait en québécois. Okay. So, let's recoup. Let's let's wait. Scratch that. Reverse. So technically, challenge finishes tonight. Tonight is the end of the challenge. But I'm going to soft launch me absolutely failing this challenge. I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna try my best. Okay? I'm gonna try my best. But I'm soft launching the fact that I may have to bring this over to tomorrow and finish it then. Now, would that be so bad? Time passing is a made-up concept, and yeah, so I'm soft-launching me actually finishing the challenge tomorrow, like originally planned, and this being just a weekly vlog where I tried to read a lot. So together, that makes, let's say, 430 pages. In one night? In me? Tonight? No. Plan for tonight. I'm going to try and read as much as I can of Oathbringer. My brain is fried. It is cooked. It is crisp and it is dry. So I'm not gonna read a classic tonight. I'm not doing that. A very emotional, fast-paced fantasy book, I can do that. And I will. So, I'm counting on the Sanderlange. I'm counting on this story picking up its pace as the more that we go towards the end. I'm really counting on that to drive me forward tonight. I'm counting on this vlog to it's like I'm doing an acceptance speech. I would like to thank myself. How much time do I have to read to finish this book? Okay, my Kindle says I have 5 hours and 30 minutes left to read until I finish this book. Unless I gain immense speed reading abilities, I would be done with this book by 12:30 tonight, if I didn't take a single break as well. Hello, good morning. I obviously didn't finish any of my books yesterday. Who's surprised? No one. I told you that. As soon as I woke up this morning, I started reading again. I'm now 82% through this book. We just got a huge reveal. That's in chapter 111. I was suspecting something of the sort for so long, and the fact that it's confirmed, I love when fantasy books have this specific twist. I like pretty much every single fantasy book that has the same twist. I don't care that it's the same. It gags me every time. I think I'm almost up to part 5. So I would like to get to part 5 this morning, and then I'm gonna have a little breakfast date with my girlfriend, and then I'll read more later in the day. It's time for an update. I am now 100 pages from the end of Oathbringer, and we have learned stuff, and we have experienced trauma. So, definitely the things that were just revealed to me in past chapter, which is chapter 117. Fucked. I don't know how these characters are going to get out of this situation. I'm scared. But also I felt the same way at the end of the second book. I was like, this is the end of the world. How is anyone going to solve anything? But truly, this book series shows you that the end of the world can happen and everything will just move on. Life truly does go on, even though everything is horrible and shit and destruction. This book makes me feel sad, very like hopeless. Yeah, hopeless is the word. Because in this book, we are kind of following characters who are against a bigger enemy, but also it explores themes of like, there's not only one enemy, there are many, and the worst enemies you're ever going to fight against are actually structural oppression, structural forces, because these enemies are so difficult to dismantle and fight against. So it's these overarching structures which withhold hatred and violence and pain, which are your biggest enemies at the end of the day. And then on top of that, there's also a big bad, and the big bad is terrifying. It's basically an all-knowing god. I'm very scared. I'm very scared. You know, when your main characters think that they're smart and they made a plan and they're trying their best, but the big bad is always a step ahead, and it's so hopeless. Like, I don't know how the characters are going to get out of this. How any one of them is going to survive the current situation they're stuck in. Why, hello there. If it isn't the girlie who finished reading Oathbringer, that's me. I finished it. I finished Oathbringer. Yeah. This was so good. The stakes in this third book in the series really were raised so high. The scope of this world is like so big. It's crazy to think about where these characters were in the first book and where they're now. And I think this universe is only going to get crazier. I'm just really happy to read this series. I think it's really good. I think my favorite book is still book 2 of the series, and then book 1 and 3 are like right below that in my ranking. If I were to rank all the books so far, I need to get onto that because I still have like 120 pages in this to read, which is about 2 hours of reading for me. So I need to lock in because it's already about 3 p.m. and I really want to finish this challenge today. Today was my extra cheating day. I don't want this challenge to go over to another day. That would be failing. That would absolutely be failing. Moving on to this. The thing with this is that since it's only volume 1, technically when I reach the end of this, I'm going to be halfway through the book. I don't know if they stopped the volume in like a good place or if it's going to be right in the middle of like an action or like an arc. I'm a bit confused about that. I'm also scared like it won't have the same resolution as you usually get at the end of a book. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hi guys, Editing Leia here to tell you thank you so much for watching the video. I never closed out the vlog really. I ended up feeling like so exhausted yesterday and really not wanting to read the Count of Monte Cristo, and I didn't want to like force myself through that book because I'm actually enjoying it. I feel like if I'm forcing it, it's going to take out all of the joy out of it. So I didn't want to force myself. So that's why I stopped. And I technically failed the challenge, but I was joking all week. But technically, I still read a shit ton more than I would have if I wasn't filming this video. I ended up reading more than 600 pages, I think around 700 pages in a week when working 40-hour plus work week. Like, that's really good. I wanted to thank you guys so much if you watched up until the end. If you like the video, you can like it, and if you like my face or my content, you can subscribe. I'm going to try to film more often, at least 2 videos per month, at least. But 1 per week would be the goal. But anyways, I will leave you guys off here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.